Hope you guys are ready for 2025. What I mean by that is there's going to be a lot of really cool watches released, whether it's refresh of the current or older designs, interesting dial colors like this one, different materials used, and new models. So all of that's going to happen, and I'm talking about in the micro brand world, but definitely it's going to happen in the the higher end watches too, the name brand watches or whatever, if you will. But you guys know that my channel does focus on all of it, right? But I also do show quite a few micro brand watches because that's kind of like where my love is really for watches. It's that connection with the brand owners or the reps, the people that are making decisions really. And I talked to Wes and Cullen, the owners of Nodus, as well as some of their other team players on a fairly regular basis. And then of course when I go to these watch shows, I constantly talk to these people, meet up with them and everything like that. And I see a lot of other people doing it too. It's not like it's exclusive to just me because I have the channel. Like, they are super approachable to people that are looking at, being interested in their brand or the watches, or people that are enthusiasts and they just want to tell them that, they love their watches and the brand. So this is a new model. Well, it's a refresh rather. It's a refresh and of course a new colorway. So this will be released. It's embargoed to me. I have it before the 17th, obviously, to make this video in preparation to release it to you guys, hopefully on the 17th of February, 2025. But this is the Nodus Sector Dive GMT. And well, Sector 2 actually. So they did a few changes to it, and I don't have an older one to show you exactly, but the Sector lineup is very versatile. So there's a lot of different options they've been able to create from that main case. So they just kind of like refreshed it a little bit. So the entire lineup has the opportunity to be refreshed. And then of course we have the opportunity to do some unique colorways like this one. I don't even know what you call it. It's orange clearly, but it's not a static regular orange like I did with Nodus for the Random Rod limited edition Nodus Deep. This one's way different for sure. Let's get into the size. We'll take a closer look at it, and hopefully you'll be able to make a somewhat informed decision if you want to pick one up. Okay, case, Sector. So in case you didn't know, the way the Sector case works is the case is a little bit smaller. In this instance, it's 38 millimeter. That's kind of what they were before. And the bezel is 40 millimeter. You can see the overhang 1 millimeter on each side. So it's going to wear super comfortable regardless of your wrist size, but it's going to present a little bit bigger, but not overly big. I mean, 40 mil is still not massive. So it's, again, a very versatile case and watch design for sure. The lug to lug is a 47.1. You have drilled lugs, and you have a little bit thinner mid-case profile. The entire watch, actually, they've reduced it. It's much thinner than the earlier model. I measured at 12 mil exactly, but that's with that flat sapphire crystal that's chamfered and raised up. I think they're recording it on the website at like, they're saying it's less than 12. So I don't know. I measure at 12. That's still incredibly thin. Think about it. The old Seiko SKX is 13.5 millimeter. I'm trying to remember what some of the other ones were. So when you get a watch like this with a dive bezel and some water resistance, this one has a 100 meter, I think. That's 12 millimeters, pretty dang thin. So lug opening 20 millimeter, and then this excellent bracelet tapers down to 16. You do have half links as well as the proprietary Nodus clasp, which you're going to see on a lot of other brands, and that's by design, because they come up with a really cool design for the clasp. They don't want to just have it exclusive to Nodus. So this way you'll see it on quite a few other brands actually. If you're in the micro brand world, you'll see it. You'll know it's very unique. It has the double pushers, but it's same profile as the side of the clasp, and then it's all milled out, and then it has that quick toolless on the fly micro adjust there, which doesn't automatically ratchet in either, which is one of the it's one of the features that I actually like about this clasp. You have to push the button to push it in too. So like once you put it in position, it stays in position. So then you have quick release spring bars, then you have a really nice case back. It's very smooth. Well, get that sticker off there. I know for a fact they do smooth case backs. I have not handled a Nodus with hot spots yet. So yeah, that's smooth. And then you have a 7mm signed screw down crown. Excellent knurling on that, and it does match the bezel. This one obviously has the stainless steel bezel insert. I did see somewhere, there's a picture I viewed before doing this video that they have a black ceramic bezel insert option too. So I think that's the only two variants for this particular colorway, is you can get the stainless steel or you can get the ceramic, I'm assuming. But it's 120 click, and it has to be ball bearings or something. Just the way it feels, the tactile feel of the clicks, it reminds me of the Nodus Avalon I have, which is definitely ball bearing. The Avalon bronze is ceramic. I don't know if this one's ceramic or not. I'm not 100% sure on that, so maybe somebody can chime in and clarify that. What else we got? Oh, the movement. Automatic. Clearly, you can see the sweep of the seconds hand, and it is a GMT, of course. So what landed in this watch is the Seiko-designed NH34, which is a caller's GMT, meaning that when you adjust the 24-hour hand, it's a forward-only adjustment, and then you have a quick set when you spin the crown the other way for the date, which is stuffed in between the 4 and 5 o'clock position at a viewing plane that is, level to everything else. So the pros with this is quick set date. Also, it's been proven that with the NH34, until somebody tells me otherwise, it's been proven that there's no don't adjust the date time sort of thing. Like typically there's this danger area where you could damage the gear inside. The NH34 is exempt from that. You can adjust the date at any point. I don't know why you would necessarily, because there's pros and cons to adjusting it and then making sure you're in the AM or PM. But the Miyota would be the other movement you would see used in a lot of micro brands, and that one is a traveler's GMT. So you have a quick set or forward or backward adjusting 12-hour hand, but then that's inconvenient when most of us have a ton of watches and you got to change the date, because now you have to use that to go forward and back, forward, forward. So this one, it's nice to have the quick set date. I personally, I do travel too, so I could use a GMT, but I would rather have the quick set date. So I don't know, chime in down below. Would you rather have the caller or the traveler GMT? But don't just say you want one or the other. Have a legit justified reason of why you actually need that, because I think if you really break it down, you really think about it, the NH34 makes more sense. I think it's actually a better movement too. I know that can be divisive though. So the lume on this is BGW9 grade A. So it's super white right now, which is a good, nice contrast to this orange. And then you have kind of a gunmetal handset. And then you have a skeletonized GMT hand. So there's no lume on that. So you're not going to be able to witness that in the dark. But we're still going to do a wrist shot and a lume shot. Of course, on wrist, it's orange, so I like it. And it's a Nodus. So I'm a bit of a Nodus fanboy. I have quite a few Nodus watches, and I've owned even more. And I'm also a serial flipper, so I've sold a bunch of them too. But yeah, this one looks great, and I'm sure we'll see some other colorways as well. But this one's going to be for sure the release on February 17th. So now let's do the lume shot. I think there's also a titanium watch coming out soon, and I've heard rumor there might even be some more titanium coming from Nodus. So I'm super excited about that, because I am kind of biased towards titanium watches. So there's the lume, and thanks for watching. I went super long on this video, but it's orange, so kind of figured it would happen. I'll see you guys on the next vid.